dwellers and Jar of Marble curious. My name is Linda and this is Jar of Marbles.
So good to be here.
It's always good to have you here, Bob. Thank you everyone that's joined us today. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about my diary, must burn before I die. There is a quiet, unsettling question that lingers in the background of anyone who has kept a diary long enough. What happens to these pages when I am no longer here to explain them?
Ho, 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 ho. I'd like to get my mitts on your diaries.
Well, I've got news.
Yeah, I'd like to get ready. Your news.
Listen, Bob, most likely they will not exist for you or anyone else's mitts.
Okay.
A diary feels private, almost sacred.
Yeah, true.
It is a place where thoughts arrive unfiltered, where contradictions are allowed to sit side by side, where anger, longing, confusion and fleeting desires are recorded without the burden of consequence.
I guess that's the whole point.
Yeah, so fleeting desires find their truest shape in the quiet pages of a diary.
If you don't want the truth, don't ask me. If you want something sugar-coated, go eat a donut.
Righto.
Yeah, that's right.
So the fleeting desires arrive unannounced, half-formed, impulsive, sometimes contradictory, and yet once written, they are granted a strange kind of permanence. Ink does not judge.
Yeah, that's right.
It does not interrupt or demand coherence. It simply receives.
I keep hearing it takes a village to raise a child. Do they just sort of like show up, or is there like a number you call?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So perhaps that is the entire point, to quill away the deepest of thoughts without edges or limits, to let the mind spill past the boundaries it so carefully maintains in the daylight hours.
Ducks are just waterproof chickens with kazoos.
You've thought about this, haven't you?
Yes, I have, yeah.
So in conversation, we edit ourselves, right? In action, we restrain ourselves, but on paper, there's no consequence, only confession.
I tell my dog I know, but I really don't know.
Yeah, I've got no clue either.
Yeah, no. So anyway.
So a diary becomes a place where desire is allowed to exist without justification, where even the most irrational longing can breathe without being corrected.
It's a lovely luxury, isn't it?
Well, yeah, Bob, it is. There is a freedom in that absence of consequence, not because the thoughts are meaningless, but because they are unburdened.
Yes, unburdened.
They do not need to lead anywhere. They do not need to be acted upon or explained. They simply are.
Yes. Hey, let me check my shitometer. Nope, nothing.
Excellent checking there, Bob.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
That's all right. And in that quiet act of writing, something curious happens. What was fleeting lingers, what was chaotic finds a rhythm, and what was hidden begins to feel, if not understood, at least acknowledged. I have handwritten many paperback diaries filled with whatever was going on in my life, and I recall many moons ago that most of my diary entries were my woes. And not that that is a bad thing, it was my get it off my chest place, pages of safely dispensed anger or sadness. I never felt like I had to be cryptic. I wrote exactly how I felt.
I enjoy both salty and sweet snacks. I'm bisexual.
That's good.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. Right.
So the diary does not resolve desire, it preserves it, raw and unfiltered, a record of a mind unafraid to wander, where it cannot safely go in the world beyond the page.
Dear people who stand up as soon as the plane lands, where are you going?
Well, they might be tall and have long legs.
Don't care.
Okay. But that privacy is fragile. Ink lasts, paper survives, and eventually someone else may turn those pages.
Hell's bells.
So the question emerges, not dramatically, but persistently, should you burn them?
Hell yes.
Okay, so the illusion of privacy, when you write in a diary, you're writing for yourself, aren't you? Or at least for a version of yourself that exists in that moment.
That's the thing though, isn't it?
Yeah, so my diaries from, say, 1997 as an example certainly do not apply because that's 30 years ago. And although once I did sit down and I have read from several of my diaries and I noticed a common thread, there was something I was still expressing and perhaps still upset about, and it hit me right between the eyes that while I did resolve it, it made me more aware and I became more aware. There were years I had zero idea that I had a pattern that was actually that distinct instinct, and that's where diaries and complete honesty certainly hold value. Also, I was able to take a moment to be proud of myself for surviving the days that felt impossible. So there you go.
Yeah, that's right. Here's an applause. There you go.
Interestingly, after that applause, you're not writing for an audience.
See, I see what you did there. And I am only responsible for what I say, not for what you understand.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I thought that.
There is no editor, no future reader in mind when you're writing your diary, is there? That is precisely what makes diaries powerful. But it also is what makes them dangerous.
Burn, shred it, get rid of them, I say.
Because one day those words may be read by someone who does not understand the context.
Yeah, nah.
Someone who does not know who you were at that time. Someone who will interpret a momentary feeling as a fixed truth.
Gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about that. You know, funny thing about getting older, your eyesight starts to get weaker, but your ability to see through people's bullshit gets much better.
Yes, and your tolerance level is gone. So a passing resentment becomes a perceived lifelong grudge. A moment of despair becomes a defining narrative. A private contradiction becomes a public identity. The diary, in other words, can outlive the truth it was meant to capture.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I like that.
Thank you. So I'm sarcastic.
You're sarcastic? Well, I'm sarcastic because punching people is frowned upon. Yeah.
So the problem of the old self, who you were when you wrote those entries, is not who you are now. That version of you may have been hurt, naive, reactive, uncertain, or simply different. They may have believed things you no longer believe, wanted things you no longer want, and feared things you have since well overcome. And yet the diary preserves that version with unsettling clarity.
Just because I loved you at one point doesn't mean I'll always love you. I'm not Whitney Houston.
True that.
That's right.
So your old diary does not update, it does not revise, it does not say, this is no longer true. So you are left with a strange artifact, a collection of voices that sound like you but no longer represent you. Do you want those voices to speak on your behalf when you're gone?
I'm going to hazard a guess and I'm just going to yell, no!
That would be correct, Bob. So, the suitcase, a drawer somewhere. Many diaries end up in quiet places, a suitcase in the back of a wardrobe, a deep drawer, a box labelled and forgotten. They sit there untouched for years sometimes, even decades.
Hey, when someone says I expected more from you, I'm like, well, whose fault's that?
Genius.
Yeah, I know.
So at some point, they stop feeling relevant, even to you. You may not reread them. You may not need them anymore. The person who wrote them feels distant, almost like a stranger, and yet they remain.
I'm tired of people complaining about $7 beers and $10 parking and a $20 cover charge. Don't like the prices? Stop coming to my house.
Fair.
Yeah, I know.
So, #my diary must burn before I die. So, not because the diaries are useful, but because they could be difficult to confront. To destroy them feels drastic. To keep them feels unresolved.
Fair then can burn them, I say.
So they linger in that in-between state, neither meaningful nor discarded.
For Pete's sake, what to do?
Well, considering the end, you've got to consider the end. Before you leave this, mortal coil, there are a few considerations worth facing directly.
Trying to hurt me by bringing up my past is like trying to rob my old house. I don't live there anymore.
Oh, I love it, Bob. So on point.
Yeah, I know.
So, who might read them? Family members, children, a partner, a stranger sorting through your belongings. Not all readers will approach your words with care. Not all will understand the emotional context behind them.
I'm dead. I don't care.
Well, ask yourself honestly, are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, because if you are, then great.
What version of you do they portray?
Yeah, you don't have to like me and I don't have to care.
Okay, I think we're pretty sure about you and your diaries. So, do these pages reflect who you've become? or who you became, or only who you once were? If someone read them in isolation, would they understand your growth? Or would they mistake fragments for the whole?
Burn them. Then no eyeballs are on your bits, that's what I say.
Good on you, Bob. Do they serve a purpose anymore? At one time, writing them may have been essential, a way to process, to survive, to make sense of things. But now, are they still serving you, or are they simply existing?
All valid questions, I say.
Good on you, Bob. So, if you're in two minds about whether you should destroy, get rid of your diaries, burn them, what would then be the emotional impact on others?
Gee, so much to consider. Leave them, I say. Just get rid of them, I reckon. My wife asked me if I could clear the kitchen table. I had to get a running start, but I made it.
So some entries may be raw, even harsh. They may contain judgments, reveal secrets or truths that were never meant to be shared.
Oh, geez, I'd love it. Geez, I'd love that, yeah.
Would reading them bring understanding or unnecessary pain?
Do we have to care?
Or do you want to be remembered through them?
Oh, yeah, well, probably not, no.
And that's where things can get distorted. A diary can easily tell a story that isn't fully accurate, not because you intended to mislead, but because it reflects only one side, your side in a particular mood at a particular time.
Yeah, right. I hate getting in the shower. I love being in the shower. I like getting out. I hate drying my hair, but I love the feeling of being clean and fresh. I tell you, what a journey.
Exhausting.
Yeah, very much so.
So, frustrations get amplified, context gets lost, and people mentioned in passing may be reduced to the worst version of themselves. Someone reading it later could walk away with a completely skewed understanding of your relationships, your character, or events in life.
Hell yeah.
And this is perhaps the most difficult question. If these diaries were the only record of your inner life, would you want them to stand as your voice, or do they capture only a narrow, unbalanced version of you? So it's burning versus keeping. It's
Bloody obvious, isn't it? Bloody burn them.
burning burning a diary is not an act of erasing your past. The past already exists, whether or not the pages do. It is instead an act of choosing what remains.
Here you go.
All right.
That's right, yeah. So, stop blaming everyone for your problems. Just pick one person and blame them for everything.
Right.
That's right, yeah.
So keeping them is also a choice, a decision to preserve complexity, contradiction and honesty. Even if it risks misunderstanding, there's no universally correct answer, of course, only a personal threshold of comfort, I suppose.
That's some threshold to have.
Some people choose to destroy everything, preferring to leave no trace of their inner turmoil, personal dreams and ponderings.
Oh, yeah, I've lost my ability to give a damn. If found, no need to return it. Go ahead and keep it and see if it works for you. Yeah.
Others keep everything, trusting that their full humanity, messy and unresolved, deserves to be seen. And some curate, selecting what to preserve and what to let go.
Hey, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but you know what else there is? There's trash. There's trash in the sea. You've started the process, haven't you? Yes.
I have. I've been journaling for decades and I've had a few burnings. There is zero reason that I need to leave these behind. They were never intended for anyone else. They were a private soundboard, if you like, nothing else.
Inner darkness aside, I am filled with whimsy and love.
Oh yes, you can tell that.
Yeah. So, you know, when I say I might pop in later, quick translation, you have a better chance of seeing a dancing hippo than you have seeing me later.
You're a rotter.
No, that's how I am.
I know. So #my diary must burn before I die. So you've decided you will burn your diaries, delete every entry, erase the versions of you that perhaps once insisted on being remembered, and yet you're hesitating.
I think I'm emotionally constipated because I haven't given a shit in days.
It would be more like years, wouldn't it?
Well, you know, just recently I'm more aware of it.
So it's not really about the paper, is it? Not the link, not the timestamps, not even the embarrassing honesty bleeding through those pages. You could say it's about the people in them, their names, their voices, the way they live there more clearly than they ever did in real life.
Geez, it gives me a headache just thinking about it.
And their jokes, their betrayals, their small, forgettable details that only mattered because you wrote them down. It might feel like you're destroying them too, like you're taking a matched evidence that they existed in your world in a way that mattered. But that's not quite it either.
Look, I don't like Monday mornings or people who like Monday mornings or Mondays or mornings.
Very clear on that.
Yeah, I am.
So the hesitation is quieter, more selfish than that. Those diaries are proof, not just that things happened, but that you felt them.
Yeah, right.
That you were someone who noticed, who cared enough to record the texture of a day.
Oh, I do like that. The texture of a day.
Here to please, Bob?
Really?
No. The sting of a moment, the way a thought looped and refused to let go.
The absolute worst thought loops.
They are. Without them, there's a fear that those feelings become unofficial.
Well, let them.
Like they might dissolve into something vague and unreliable, like you'll rewrite your own history without meaning to. So you've decided you will burn your diaries, delete every entry, erase the versions of you that once insisted on being remembered, and yet you're hesitating.
I'm hesitating over your hesitations.
You know, how so? Because
you don't hesitate.
Well, it's not really about the paper, as I said, not even the embarrassing honesty bleeding through those pages. It's the bleeding honesty, all right? It's like you're taking a match to evidence that they existed in your world in a way that mattered.
But not anymore.
And that's not quite it either.
It isn't?
The hesitation is quieter, more selfish, as I said. Those diaries are proof, not that things happen and that you felt them. And without them, there's a fear that these things will just, maybe you feel like they never happened.
Does it matter?
Well, it has to not matter to the person. I don't feel that way, but some of the chats I've had, this was certainly a fear of sorts. Like they might dissolve into something vague and unreliable, and that there's something else underneath that's going to bring questions that maybe people do not want their diaries or aspects of their diaries questioned. So if you burn them, you lose the ability to go back and confirm who you are.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's good. That's a good thing, isn't it?
No more checking if you've grown or if you've just changed the story. No more rereading old pain and measuring distance from it. No more reminders of the person who wrote those words, who, despite everything, kept going long enough to fill another page.
And that I like.
Well, sometimes people's diaries are filled with lovely things, fabulous memories, and I think that's wonderful. But I really am just referring to maybe pages and pages and journals filled of, how angry you might have been or upset you might have been about various scenarios. So I know there just comes a time, and there did come a time with me where I just thought, actually, I've got journals in my studio, I've got drawers filled with half-filled books, the odd book that's just got a page in it, a line. And I thought, you know what? We need to clean up the act a little bit. We need to clean up all these spaces.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I had to sit down and just go through the books, make sure I wasn't throwing out that U-Butte recipe or something that I actually did want to keep. And I didn't find anything that I really wanted to keep, so it was just time for, a little bonfire, and that's it, all over. So getting rid of them isn't just clearing space. It's choosing to live without a record.
Today's to-do list: bite off more than you can chew, build Rome in one day, poke a bear with a stick, and skate on thin ice. Yeah.
So the hesitation makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It's not about the clutter. It's not even about the people. It's about whether you're ready to let your past exist without documentation.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, just memory, unreliable and shifting like smoke.
I'm not sure if I'm attractive enough to identify as a hot mess, but I am definitely a room temperature inconvenience.
That you are.
That I am, yes.
So, if you do it, if you actually strike the match or press delete or rip them up or burn them, it won't feel dramatic. No cinematic closure, just a quiet, irreversible absence where something used to be. #my diary. Must burn before I die. So perhaps the real question isn't why are you hesitating? It's are you trying to be free of those versions of yourself?
Oh, yeah, good.
Or are you afraid they're the only proof you were ever here?
Oh, yeah, that's quite the thought too. How about a final thought?
Well, a diary is a conversation with yourself across time, isn't it?
Yeah.
But time moves on. You change, you evolve, you become someone else. The pages do not.
Oh, yeah, righto.
So the real question is not simply whether to burn them.
You've burnt yours, haven't you?
I have. I've destroyed them, yes.
Then you created this episode, didn't you?
Yes, I did. So I ask, do these words still belong to you? Or have they become something you no longer wish to carry forward?
Oh, yeah.
And once you answer that, the decision, whatever it is, will feel less like destruction and more like clarity.
We're going, aren't we?
Yes, we are, Bob. So I'd just like to say, may your week be filled with good thoughts, kind people, happy moments, and many blessings.
Yeah, righto.
So, thank you as always for being with us. Say good day to the family for me. Give the goldfish a kiss, and we'll see you next time, okay? Okay then. Bye.
Bye!